During his fight with Mauricio Shogun, Rua at UFC 128, Jon Jones did something that literally displaced his opponent's cartilage. That night in the octagon wasn't just a championship changing hands. An 84-inch reach advantage was announcing the birth of a domination system never before seen in modern MMA history. But what was truly shocking was that Jones wasn't using this reach advantage just for distance control. He was using it to systematically target his opponent's bones. And when the doctors who watched that night learned the scientific explanation of the damage Jones' techniques caused to the human body, they were horrified. Look, Jon Jones wasn't just born as a talented athlete in 1987. He seemed designed by Mother Nature to become the perfect fighting machine. Born in Rochester, New York, Jones' family was genetically astonishing. His brother Arthur played defensive line in the NFL. Brother Chandler was a linebacker at Syracuse. But Jon's body structure was completely different. Height, 6'4". Reach, 84.5 inches. These numbers aren't normal, guys. Most people have a reach equal to or slightly more than their height. Jones had a 21 centimeters difference. This wasn't just a genetic anomaly. This was the birth of a weapon never seen in the UFC. As a kid, Jon was bothered by these long arms. He knew they gave him an advantage in basketball, but they felt awkward in daily life. Nobody could predict those arms would one day dominate the UFC. When he started wrestling at Union Endicott High School, Coach Dave Babb noticed something. Jones' reach advantage was incredibly effective in wrestling. Opponents couldn't get close to Jones. He controlled them from distance, entering for takedowns whenever he wanted. This was a rare advantage in wrestling. At 17, Jones won the New York State Championship, but what was really important was that none of his opponents could pose a real threat. Wrestling at Iowa Central in college, Jones went 42-1 and became junior college national champion. That one loss was due to disqualification for using an illegal slam. This slam move was a preview of Jones's future MMA career. He was learning to use his reach advantage not just for control, but to inflict damage. But Jones' real revolution began when he came to Jackson Wink MMA. When he first stepped into Jackson Wink MMA in Albuquerque in 2008, Greg Jackson and Mike Winkeljohn saw something raw potential. Using Jones' reach advantage conventionally wasn't an option. Jackson decided to build him around a completely different system. 1. Distance control supremacy, maintaining absolute control of distance. 2. Limb targeting, systematically targeting limbs. 3. Unorthodox angles, attacking from unexpected angles. 4. Clinch domination, establishing superiority at close range. 5. Ground extension, maintaining reach advantage on the ground. This system wasn't just technical, it was scientific. Dr. Sarah Chen from MIT analyzed Jones's limb mechanics and obtained shocking data. Maximum striking distance, 38 inches. Leverage ratio, 2.41. Angular momentum, 34% higher rotational power. Grip radius, 6 inches wider gripping area. Jones' most controversial technique, eye pokes. Critics see this as intentional fouling, but science tells a different story. The truth revealed in Dr. Chen's analysis. Jones' reach disrupts normal distance perception. Standard jabbing distance, 30 inches. Jones' natural reach, 38 inches. Overlap zone, 8 inches. Eye contact inevitable in this zone. But what was truly revolutionary was how Jones used this advantage for systematic damage. UFC 128, March 19, 2011, 23-year-old Jones faced legend Shogun Rua. Everyone thought the experienced champion would win, but Jones had a different plan. That night he wanted to not just win, but showcase a new style of domination. Jones constantly threw jabs but wasn't trying to land, just implanting distance information in Shogun's mind. Jones started throwing systematic leg kicks to Shogun's left leg. Every kick to the same spot, the fibula head. Jones' elbow strike crushed Shogun's nasal cartilage. At that moment, everyone understood this was a different level. By fight's end, Shogun had suffered the worst defeat of his career, but more importantly, Jones' system would now haunt the entire LHW division. The fight with Lyoto Machida at UFC 140 was the peak of Jones' technical development. Machida was a master of distance control, but against Jones, he was helpless. Phase 1 stopped Machida's forward movement with oblique kicks. Phase 2 Enter the clinch and inflict damage with dirty boxing. Phase 3, systematic breakdown on the ground with shoulder strikes. In the second round, Jones' standing guillotine rendered Machida unconscious. Machida fell unconscious while standing, a very rare scene in UFC history. This fight proved Jones wasn't just about reach advantage, but also peak technical IQ. UFC 165, Stockholm. Alexander Gustafsson, 84-inch reach. The closest physical match to Jones. This fight tested Jones differently. For the first time, his reach advantage was neutralized. The fight went 5 rounds. Jones won but showed vulnerability for the first time. Without reach advantage, he was just a very good fighter. In the 3-fight series with Daniel Cormier, Jones discovered a different dimension: mental warfare. DC's physical strength surprised Jones, but Jones' mind games broke DC apart. "You think I'm gonna just stand there and let you kill me, Jon?" This sentence revealed the fear in DC's mind. In the fights, Jones couldn't physically dominate DC, but he mentally broke him. The head kick KO at UFC 214 was the physical result of mental dominance. With anti-doping rules, Jones' physical capacity changed, but his system evolved. Less explosive, more technical, ground control emphasis, increased submission threats, optimized mental game. In fights with Anthony Smith and Thiago Santos, Jones was a different fighter, less explosive but more intelligent. Jones's modern training system is completely different. Monday, technical precision, slow-motion drilling, perfect form focus, video analysis sessions, mental visualization training. Wednesday, explosive power, Olympic lifting adaptation, plyometric combinations, speed development drills. Friday, live simulation, full contact sparring, scenario-based training, pressure testing protocols. The potential fight with Tom Aspinall represents Jones' ultimate test as a collision of generations. This isn't just two fighters meeting Meeg, it's old-school systematic domination versus new-school athletic explosion. The question isn't who's more talented, but whose approach will prove superior when everything's on the line. Aspinall's speed could neutralize Jones' reach advantage, but Jones' fight IQ has solved every puzzle thrown at him. The psychological pressure of facing the greatest light heavyweight ever might be Aspinall's biggest challenge. What separates Jones isn't just physical tools, it's his mastery of psychological destruction. Jones studies opponents' personalities, finding psychological weak points. Against DC, he attacked his father figure image. Against Machida, he questioned his killer instinct. After landing significant strikes, Jones maintains eye contact, sending the message, "I can do this whenever I want." Sports psychologist Dr. Michael Sterling studied Jones' methods. He doesn't just fight bodies, he fights minds. Most fighters focus on physical preparation. Jones weaponizes psychology. Guys, Jon Jones' story isn't just about reach advantage. This is the perfect example of optimizing natural gifts with systematic approach. He taught us this: physical advantages alone aren't enough. You need to develop them with scientific methods. Jones' legacy may be controversial, but his technical innovation is undeniable. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more fighter analysis. Let me know in the comments which Jones techniques you want to see in more detail. Next up, we're analyzing Islam Makhachev's eagle pressure. Until then, stay hungry and keep grinding.